what's up guys, it's Rudy from Pro Car Studio, and today we're going to be doing an installation of the Invidia N1 exhaust system on our 2017 Sedan EX Turbo. Now this exhaust system features about a 60mm main piping, a 4-inch or I think it's 101mm tip or outlet with a burnt titanium feature. And the installation should be pretty straightforward. It'll add some great performance and sound. So let's go ahead and get right into it and show you how to install this exhaust system.
Once you have the car up in the air securely, we'll start off by removing the 3 main 14mm nuts holding the catback exhaust to the front pipe or crossover pipe. The pattern is similar to this Invidia gasket. We'll go ahead and use a 14mm socket, extensions, and a ratchet to get those off. Next, we'll go ahead and locate a jack or something to support the exhaust system, as we're going to be removing the exhaust hangers. So feel free to lubricate the exhaust hangers even before you start, just to let the oil soak in a little bit, make it easier to take off the hangers. And we'll continue doing so with the remaining 4 hangers. To make things a little bit easier to manage, we'll go ahead and unbolt the driver's side rear muffler and remove the hanger on that as well. And before completely unscrewing the nut, make sure you have something supporting the muffler. And finally, we'll remove the rearmost hangers on both the passenger and driver's side rear mufflers. We went ahead and removed all of the exhaust hangers, and now we could reinstall them on our new exhaust system. Obviously you want to put the hangers in their original location depending on what portion of the exhaust you're doing. And keep an eye out for the hanger direction. There's some that you have to install with one side facing up or away from the ground. As you can see here, I already removed one of the studs. Now you're gonna have to do this for all 3 of the factory studs. Invidia does include their own hardware, replacement nuts and bolts, something like this. But to take these OEM ones off, they are kind of welded in. Easiest way we found of doing this is by installing a nut on the stud. Then by using a socket and extension, use a hammer to knock that off. It will take a few hits, but it's pretty easy to do once you get the hang of it. We found that using a 6-point 10mm socket would work as well. You could insert the stud and wiggle the whole piece until it breaks loose. Next, we'll drop in the new Invidia hardware along with the gasket and the pipe with the 3-bolt flange. When installing the hardware, just start off by fastening them finger tight. We'll torque them down once everything is installed, but for the rubber mounts, go ahead and install those as you install each pipe. Next portion of the Invidia exhaust system that we're going to install is the part that has the resonator. You're going to install it with a short section of pipe facing towards the front of the car, and then with the kink or bend pointing towards the passenger side. Using 2 bolts, 2 nuts, and the supplied gasket, go ahead and fasten it on there. The next piece of the exhaust we're going to install goes right before the rear section, and obviously it has an F here with an arrow. Obviously that's going to point towards the front, and you're going to want to have that facing down. And finally, we'll install the tail end of the exhaust, starting with the hangers. It might help if you lubricate them, and then install your hardware and gasket. Once you have all the fasteners in place, all the piping installed, go ahead and finish tightening up the hardware. We used a 14mm wrench, 14mm socket, and some extensions and a ratchet. And go ahead and tighten down the hardware to the proper torque spec. And that'll pretty much do it for the installation of the Invidia N1 exhaust system on our 2017 Sedan EX Turbo Civic. Installation is going to be pretty similar on all trim levels of this generation Civic, but if you have any questions, definitely let us know. You want to make sure after you finish the installation, check for any exhaust leaks. So while you have it up in the air, could be a good idea to turn the car on, check for leaks, and if there are any, take care of them before they become a bigger problem. But in this case, we had no problems whatsoever. The exhaust sounds great, and we're really happy with the performance gains that it provided us. So make sure to check out this part on our website, www.procivic.com. Once again, my name is Rudy from Pro Car Studio. Leave any comments or questions down below. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, installs, and reviews. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.